Hi everyone, welcome back. So for today's video, we're going to be still reviewing addition and subtraction, but today we're just going to focus on doing that with our bus 20 frame. Now remember, in the beginning of the year, we learned about 10 frames. Now, if we have two 10 frames, it's called a 20 frame. So that means that we have 20 squares right here. We're going to use our bus 20 frame to figure out these word problems. So we're going to do the first one together. Now, in order to access my bus frame and the word problems, you need to go to my Google Classroom, and it will be under a document called bus 20 frame. If you do not have a printer at home, that's okay. Just draw two 10 frames on a piece of paper. Now let's get started. So let me read the question to you first. 18 students are on a bus. 14 students get off the bus. How many students are still riding the bus? So we're going to work this out on our bus 20 frame. If I look on my problem, it says that I have 18 students that are on the bus. So that's really important. So let's start off with that. So let's put 18 circles in our bus 20 frame to represent those 18 students. So please count along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have my 18 students on my bus. Now, the next part of our word problem says 14 students get off the bus. So 14 of these students get off the bus. So we're going to need to X out 14 of those students or circles. So let's start to X out those 14 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, as you can see, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have 4 students still riding the bus. Now, we're going to turn this into a subtraction problem. So the first number that we will write in the blank is the number that we started out with. So we started out with 18 students. So I'm going to write that in the first blank. So there's my number 18. Then there's a subtraction sign. And then if we look on our problem, 14 students got off the bus. So we need to subtract 14 students. So I'm going to write that in the next blank. So we have 18 minus 14 equals 4. Now we know the answer is 4 because if we look at our bus 20 frame, we only have 4 students left that we didn't X out. Let's count again to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 18 minus 14 equals 4. Now you're going to do the next word problems by yourself. So I'm going to read them to you first, then you're going to pause the video, then press play when you're ready for the answer. So here's my next problem. I'm going to read it to you. 17 students get on the bus at the first stop. 2 more students get on the bus at the next stop. How many students are on the bus now? Now here's the problem. Pause the video right now, then press play when you're ready for the answer. Now let's look at this problem. So the problem says that 17 students got on the bus at the first stop. So what I did is I drew 17 circles on my bus 20 frame to represent those 17 students that got on the bus at the first stop. And then 2 more students got on the bus at the next stop. So for those 2 more students that got on the bus at the next stop, I used purple circles to represent those students. Now, I turned that into an addition problem. So I had 17 students plus the 2 students at the next bus stop. So 17 plus 2 equals 19. And I figured this out because I counted all the circles together, and that gave me 19 circles, which means 19 students are riding the bus. So let's move on to the next one. So here's the next problem. I'm going to read it to you. 7 students got on the bus at the first stop. 9 more students get on the bus at the next stop. How many students are on the bus now? So here's a word problem if you would like to read it on your own. Now pause the video right now, then press play when you're ready for the answer. So let's look at our problem. So our problem says 7 students got on the bus at the first stop. So since 7 students got on the bus at the first stop, I drew 7 purple circles to represent those students. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, 9 more students get on the bus at the next stop. So I use red circles to represent those 9 students that got on the bus at the next stop. Let's make sure that I drew 9 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the question asks, how many students are on the bus now? So what I did is I turned this bus 20 frame into an addition problem. So I put 7 plus 9 equals 16. Now I know the total of students on the bus is 16 because not only did I do this addition problem, but I also counted all the circles that are on the bus. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now let's get to our last bus word problem. Okay, so for this problem, it says that 16 students get on the bus at the first stop. So I drew 16 purple circles to represent those 16 students. Then it says that 5 students get on the bus at the second stop. So I drew 5 red circles to represent those students. Now, not all 5 circles fit in this 20 frame. So if they don't fit, we just put them outside of the 20 frame like I did with this extra circle. Now I turned that word problem into an addition problem. So I put 16 plus 5 equals 21. Now I know that 16 plus 5 equals 21 because I combined the purple circles with the red circles and counted them all together, and they equal to 21 circles or 21 students that are riding the bus. Now that was the last problem for this video. Thank you so much for participating.